Let me turn on the light for y'all real quick. All right, that's better. That's better. That's better. You already know, man. It's your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to my viewers, whether you watching my video, whether religiously or in passing. You already know, man. We got a lot of things to talk about today, man. We got to talk about day 10 as far as camp. We got to talk about the new running back. We got to talk about Jalen Hurts. We got to talk about the improvement of the offense, the improvement on the defense, and what we should expect going into Friday's game, Friday's preseason game. And I'm not sure if I can do the full quarter segment Friday because of work, but I'm gonna try to do my best to actually, do a whole recap that night for sure. I'm gonna try to do my best to do a whole recap. If I can get to it, I can get to it. If not, then I'm gonna definitely give my my thoughts on and everything as far as the recap. Let's get into it, man. I'm proud of Philly, man. I'm actually proud of, how we begin this season. I'm actually proud of that. I'm proud of how we left off last season, even though we got knocked off the first round of the playoffs, or we got knocked off, during the wild card of the playoff. But I'm proud of the fact that we actually look forward to next season, which is this season, and we actually brought some of that motivation along with us. You know what I mean, as far as this season. And I'm proud. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what so far. I'm proud of what Nick Sirianni has put together as far as the offense. Actually, I'm proud of Howie Roseman the most, and his basically his grabs and everything like that. Who he got during the offseason. I'm proud of that. So I got to give it up for Nick Sirianni as well. I don't know if y'all can see me. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's much light, but it is what it is. I don't even know if y'all can see the Eagle sign. I think I'm gonna hang it up just a little higher. That's what I'm gonna do. But y'all can see the Eagle sign. Let me move this over a little bit, just like that. All right, yeah. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. So today's practice, right? This is what I've been hearing on Twitter. Like I said, I'm at work getting all this information, so I'm making sure I keep up with it. So that way, when I start, reporting on it, everything will be good. I can report on the right stuff, Sometimes I do, go live while I'm at work. As y'all can see, this is who I work for. This company is who I work for. But I try to go live. I try to do my best in keeping up with the news and reports and everything like that. So as I'm seeing on Twitter, from a lot of these blogs and everything, they were saying Jalen Hurts had one of his best practices ever. They say he had one of his best practices ever, man. Let me read it off to you, right? And this is what, like I said, I don't really listen to when I do listen to Elliot Parks or just go watch what he tweet. Sometimes I read between that, especially with the BS that he be tweeting about Jalen Hurts. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes these reporters, man, they only got one agenda, man, and it only be our report. It be our reporters that just be, sometimes reporting on the negative, especially when it comes to Jalen Hurts or whatever like that. So today, they said Jalen Hurts was 11 for 18, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And look at that progress. Look at that progress. And like I said before, it was videos of last practice, or when they was at the stadium Sunday. If he didn't see a wide receiver there, he was throwing the ball in the dirt. That's progression right there. That's what I call progression. Him not making dumb mistakes with the football, him not throwing the football across his body, him not throwing it to the crowd, him not throwing it 10 yards down the field when the wide receiver is right there. No, him not seeing nobody open, he's throwing the ball in the dirt. That's progression right there. Listen, you can make a play on another down. You know what I'm saying? Why put your team at risk where you don't have to, you don't have to put the ball in the other player's hands. You don't have to do that. So he was 11 for 18, 3 touchdowns, 0 interception. Best camp day by far. Everybody is claiming. So that's good. That's good for Jalen Hurts, man. That's good for Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown camp stats. He had 30 catches on 42 targets for 6 touchdowns. Tell me that is not good. That is not, man. That's good. That's far from where we was at last year. I'll tell you that as far as wide receiver. No shade to Devontae Smith, because Devontae Smith, I believe he will be a bona fide number 2. He could be a number 1 on anybody's team. Actually, he could be a number 1 on Philly. It could go either way. But since he's hurt, since he got the groin issues and everything like that, shout out to A.J. Brown for holding it down. Now, since I want to talk, I want to start coughing and everything. I don't know what's going on with that. But, yeah, man, A.J. Brown, 30 catches, 42 targets, 6 touchdowns. That is good to me. That is good. That's called building chemistry with your quarterback and wide receiver. That's called building chemistry with your quarterback and wide receiver. Now, this is what also that this is another thing that Elliott reported. Right? It says Sirianni has shown he knows how to get his players to correct problems. Last year, it was penalties. Went from one of the worst NFL teams that had issues with, having penalties and everything like that. It say in camp this year, it's turnovers. Hurts had 3 interceptions in the first 3 practices. Hurts have 1 in the last 7 practices. So that should show you the practice that's going on. That should show you the progression that's going on. That should show you the chemistry that's going on. That should show you that he's working on his problems, his issues. That should show you everything you need to know. He had 1 interception his last 7 practices, people. 1 interception his last 7 practices. In the first 3 practices, he had 3 interceptions. In the last 7 practices, he had 1 interception. Come on, people. You can't tell me that he's working on his issues, and that's what it is. Like, when you listen to the man talk, he's telling you, it's all about consistency. He's trying to be consistent. So, Jalen Hurts training camp stats. Let me tell y'all this. Jalen Hurts training camp stats. He's 111 for 168. For 162. That's 68%. That's 68% completion. 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's 68% completion. Like, that's a step in the right direction, if you ask me. That's a step in the right direction, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So right now we're heading to Friday's game. As I said in my previous video, man, I want to see some of the starters get a couple of snaps, not overdo it. You know what I'm saying? I want Jalen Hurts to be out there for at least 8 to 10 snaps. I want Miles Sanders to be out there for at least 8 to 10 snaps. I want A.J. Brown to be out there for at least 5 snaps. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Smitty out there at all because he's still dealing with something. I don't want, Jason Kelce doing anything at all because right now everybody's hurt. And, we pretty much low on the depth chart, you know what I'm saying? Because there's people out there still dealing with concussions and everything like that. But we actually did sign a running back. We signed the running back. We signed the running back today. His name is Deandre Torre. Now, Deandre Torre. When I looked him up, he came from basically where he came from basically. Before I even get to where he came from, he's a small dude. You know what I'm saying? He's about 5'7", 195 pounds. You know what I mean? So he's a small dude. He's bigger than Boston Scott as far as like muscle-wise, muscle-bound. He's bigger than Boston Scott, but he's a small guy. He's a speedy guy too. He's real fast. So I say he is Boston Scott. If you want to say Boston Scott, I don't want to say 2.0 yet because we haven't seen what he's done yet, but he's similar to Boston Scott. He's just more heftier, more built than Boston Scott. You know what I'm saying? In 2021, he had 248 carries for 1,215 yards and 13 touchdowns in 2021. In his 4-year career in college, he had over 306. He had over 3,600 yards and a total of 40 touchdowns. So that's good right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that really is going to translate on an NFL level, but we need depth at the running back position. I wish we would have signed Jordan Howard back. That would have been clutch. Because we need that big bruiser back. We already got a lot of speedy guys. We already got the Miles Sanders, the Kenneth Gainwells, the Boston Scotts. We need that big back. And hopefully, if we would have signed for Kareem Hunt or we would have got, like I said, even Jordan Howard back, I would have been A-okay. Man. But yeah, man, we signed this guy, and hopefully he pans out. Hopefully he's good enough. So we got to see what we got to see what he's working with. We definitely got to see what he's working with. Like I was saying, man, going into Friday's game, and then I'm gonna turn it back around to camp before I get off. Going into Friday's game, man, I'm expecting to see a couple of guys, do their thing. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on them. I'm not saying that they gotta be outstanding. I just want to see the movement. I just want to see, the athleticism. I want to see a hint of the capabilities that they have. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. That's what I really want to see. I'm not saying that they got to be outstanding. I'm not saying that they got to be perfect. I'm not saying that they got to go out there and shine like the rising star shooting through the sky. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I want to see some movement. I want to see just a glimpse of what you're capable of. You know what I'm saying? Not out of Jalen Hurts, but I do want him to get some reps. You know what I mean? Just some reps. Like I said, 8 to 10 snaps is good for me. It's good for me. Miles Sanders, 8 to 10 snaps is good for me. Just to, get a little whiff of it. You know what I mean? AJ Brown, 5 snaps is good for me. Jordan Mailata and Andre Dillard, especially Jordan Mailata, 5 to 6 snaps. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. Let Gardner Minshew work. You know what I'm saying? Let the other quarterbacks work. You know what I mean? Let the other wide receivers got to prove themselves. Let Jalen Reagan go out there and show what he got, because he still has to redeem himself at the end of it. He still got to redeem himself. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, I'm not really expecting a whole lot, but I am expecting to see something from the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? We are playing the Jets, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if that's going to be a home or an away game. You can actually put that in the comments to let me know if it's going to be a home or an away game. Let me get into a couple of camp notes right here real quick for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to get into that for y'all. A couple of camp notes. Shout out to James Bradbury too, man. I like what I'm seeing from James Bradbury and AJ Brown. Pushing each other. Sometimes AJ Brown wins. Sometimes James Bradbury wins. But that should tell you that we don't have no scrubs. We don't have any scrubs. No scrubs at all. We don't want no scrubs. We don't want no scrubs, right? So basically, these some of the camp notes or whatever. Nick Sirianni said before practice today that the starters will likely get a series or 2 in the game. He was also asked about the risk of playing the starting quarterback when the top 2 offensive tackles, Jordan Mailata and Andre Dillard, have concussions. So basically, they asked him, are y'all going to play all 3 of them, basically? And basically came to the conclusion. He was like, but not to worry on the injury front. Mailata and Dillard both practice today and even participate in 11-on-11s. They'll likely be good to go on Friday. So I'm expecting them to get just a little bit of playing time. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. I don't think they're going to get more than the series. You know what I'm saying? All of them. I don't think they're going to get more than the series. If anything, I can see maybe Miles Sanders get more than the series, but I don't think they're going to get more than the series. So these are the camp notes. Jalen Hurts really had a nice day, even if it was a short practice. I thought his passes in the intermediate areas of the field had some nice zip on them. So basically, he was getting it to him. You know what I'm saying? He was getting it to him. He was mostly accurate. Had 2 consecutive really nice throws during 7-on-7. So basically, that he was showing like, all right, I'm glad that he's working. I'm glad that he's working on his intermediate pass, especially across the middle. That actually been a big thing during camp. That been a big thing saying that, he's really working. He's really worked on him getting the ball across the middle. And that been a thing for him last year. And I'm glad he worked on that for sure. Basically, he threw a deep ball down the right sideline to AJ Brown, and my apologies. Basically, this is what they say. My apologies for sounding like a broken record here, but Brown did not tip off the corner. That ball was arriving. They say at the last second, Brown turned his body and made the catch on his back shoulder, not allowing James Bradbury any time to react and break up the pass. But Bradbury had a close coverage, so Bradbury is on him. Bradbury is playing good, but you ever heard the term good defense, better offense, or good offense, better defense? That's exactly what it was. It wasn't bad on either side. You know what I'm saying? It was good. A good defense, better offense. That's exactly what it was, right? Then on the next play, Hurt threw more of a long dart, and it got the parentheses. Line of scrimmage was around the 20-yard line. To Zach Pascal in the back of the end zone on the left side of the field. Hurst pulled it up high and let Pascal go up and get it. As I said in my previous videos, when you watch Zach Pascal, he's a go up and get it type of wide receiver, and that's what we needed. That's exactly what we needed, a go up and get it type of wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? We already had them little short stop wide receivers. We already had them little go out wide receivers. No, we need somebody. We need an aggressive wide receiver, and that's why we got two. We got AJ Brown and Zach Pascal. We got two go up and get it type of wide receivers. That's why. Listen, Zach Pascal wasn't talked about a lot. I've been talking about Zach Pascal. That's why I'm glad he came to Philly. I'm so glad he came to Philly. Who else they got camp notes on? So basically they talking about Pascal and everything like that. Not to go too left, but I didn't really watch the Jalen Reagan interview. I plan on watching this at the end of this so that way I can see what he's talking about, so I can give my insight on that for sure. What up, man? Please subscribe. Please comment down below. If you got anything you want to say, please comment down below. But like I said, man, I've been listening to, I've been watching Pascal, man. I've definitely been watching Pascal. Let's say Pascal has 44 career starts. He has good size at 6'2", 219 pounds. He's also had some inside-outside versatility. I've been seeing Pascal since last year and the year before that, him going up and get the ball. You know what I'm saying? And people always look at the yards. Oh, he's not a 1,000-yard wide receiver. Sometimes you don't need that wide receiver. Sometimes you need that wide receiver to do his job. His job for us is to make tough catches. He got the big body to do that. Just when you look at Alshon Jeffrey, right? Alshon Jeffrey wasn't no speed guy. He wasn't no about to cut you up. No, he was the guy to throw the ball up and him making aggressive catches in the end zone. Him making them big body catches. That's why we need wide receivers like that, like a Zach Pascal and like an aggressive wide receiver in AJ Brown. We need wide receivers like that. And I'm so happy that we stacked at the receiver core. I'm so happy because that's what we lacked last year. We had receivers, but they wasn't capable of actually catching the ball like that. Like Greg Ward. I like Greg Ward. You know what I'm saying? Former quarterback from Houston. I like Greg Ward. But he wasn't that type of wide receiver, period. You know what I'm saying? Quez Watkins still got a lot of learning to do. I'm glad he's stepping up to the curve. I'm glad he practicing hard. I really like Quez Watkins for sure. Let's get into Jalen Reagan, man. Jalen Reagan, he had a good. To me personally, I never bashed Jalen Reagan. He had a great camp. I just thought that he kind of got too comfortable. He lost his way, but now he see that his job is in jeopardy. Now he know the value of being that guy. Now he got to battle for a job. And that's what I heard that he said in his interview, that now he see like, damn, like I really got to battle for my spot. And I really see the value in being a wide receiver or whatever. So shout out to Jalen Reagan. Like I've been saying before, man, put your head down and keep practicing. Just show your value, yo, because you might not be valuable to us, but you might be valuable to another team. And you need to put all that film on tape. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I've been saying, man. Pretty much, camp was very good, man. We still got a couple of people that's out for real. Jacoski Tart, he's out. You know what I'm saying? We still got some. We got an outstanding, a real good wide receiver or punt returner in what is his name? Brenton Corvette. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting to see him make some splash plays on Friday. I definitely can't wait for Friday for sure, man. So yeah, man. Offense is looking good. Defense is looking good. They both challenging each other. This is practice number 10. They both challenging each other. I like that. I like to see both battle it out and everything like that, man. Great for both sides, and hopefully we put it on display on Friday, man. And that goes for the backups too. Hopefully the backups, because I'm watching everything. I'm reporting on everything. I'm reporting on the starters, the backups, the second string, the third string, the fourth string. I'm doing all of that. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm going to try to make it home on time to do the fourth-quarter segment. If not, then I'm going to give an overall summary that night of what I saw with my eyes on the game. I'm going to make sure I take notes, make sure I do everything. I'm gonna take notes on the defensive scheme, on the offensive scheme. I'm gonna take notes on Nick Sirianni, everything. Before I even go to Twitter, because I don't want my opinion to be swayed by somebody else's. So before I go on Twitter and check everything out, I'm gonna make sure I go on live, get my own raw opinion, and then go on Twitter and see what everybody else is talking about. And yeah, if you want to Zoom chat, if anybody wants to Zoom chat to talk about Friday's game, and we could get into it, hit me up, man, on Twitter. My Twitter is actually on my YouTube page, man. It's Hype Eagle 1. That's my Twitter at Hype Eagle 1. You already know, man. It's your boy Tyrell, aka Hype Fan Eagle, representing the Philadelphians by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Let me get a bird call, man. Get. Woo! That was a lot.